I'm so excited to be here. This is my very first video for YouTube. I'm starting out with a project that I had started on Instagram where I rolled the dice and I chose two different fabric selections and two different patterns, put up a poll in my stories, and had my friends over on Instagram decide what to make. You chose, if you were from my Instagram and watching, this baseball fabric and this vintage 1950s pattern. If you are a sewer and you want to sew along with me, the pattern is the Simplicity 1459. And this is my first time making it. I'm really excited. I don't have enough of the baseball fabric to sew the whole dress. So I will be pulling out the colors that are in it to make the bodice. I'm going to make the skirt out of this fabric. So for the bodice, I'm using this blue. It's pretty close to the B. And for the collar, I'm going to be using this brown, and then I think I will pull the brown through on the buttons and then add a brown belt with it as well to accessorize. I am very excited to be here and to be showing my whole sewing process with you. I think this channel has been a long time in the coming. I went to school for communications at Penn State and I learned how to make news videos and clips and editing through there. I also learned how to edit for radio news, but I never really put that into practice anywhere outside of college. And talking to my mom about my cosplay and all of the other creative things that I do, my mom said, I watch a lot of YouTube, you need to make a channel. So thanks, Mom. This one goes out to you and your 38 years of constant encouragement. I am forever grateful. And thank God my husband is super supportive. I know we can hear some of the kids, but today he is keeping them under wraps, so I don't have any screaming and big interruptions while filming this. Thanks, honey. I'm sure as we go along on this journey, we will learn a lot about each other. I love getting questions. If you have any about any of the projects that I'm making, please feel free to reach out to me. You can find me on almost all social media under Evelyn Mae Cosplay. And I am excited to get started, so. I finally got the bodice finished, and it took a lot longer than I expected because of kids. But it actually, I tried it on and it fits a lot better than it does on here. I over padded my dress form a little, but now that this is finished, I'm going to go on to adding the baseball skirt, and then we'll be finished with the dress. this pattern was super easy to make. I really enjoyed making it, at least for me. If you are just starting out, a few things that might be a little tricky would be the darts. There are 2 darts on each side and then 2 darts in the back. The gathering and the buttonholes. I'm not a big fan of buttonholes, but it actually does look really cute and it fit really well. I didn't have to do too much adjusting. I went with a size 20 and I wear a pant size about like a 14, 16, usually about a 16. If it's really stretchy, then a 14. And I had to let it out instead of sewing it with a 5/8 of an inch. I had to sew it with a smaller seam. But that is about the only thing. So I think instead of a 5/8 seam, it ended up being like a 3/8 inseam for sewing, which wasn't bad. I mean, there was still enough to work with. There's still enough there. It turned out really cute, a lot cuter than I thought it would be. I bought this fabric when my oldest was a baby. His first name begins with a B, and I thought, how cute will that be to make him a blanket or pants or something? And even though it was done with the best of intentions, I never got around to making anything with it. After having him, I had 3 more boys, and I still never made anything with it. So it was a really good use of the fabric. I didn't have to go out and buy any more. I think having a plain top, a plain bodice, and bringing in all the colors. I found this belt at the thrift store, and it matches the baseballs really well. And so it brought all of the colors of the fabric into the bodice, and it blends really well. I think it turned out really hecka cute. I am really proud of this dress. Like I said, this pattern, not very tricky to do. I did the sleeveless, of course, because baseball season during the summer here in North Carolina gets a little hot, and I do plan on wearing this to a Durham Bulls game. And if we put any of the boys into baseball this year, of course I'll be wearing it to a game. And I definitely am going to be making it again. Super comfy. I'll probably do one with sleeves. I like the 3/4 length sleeves in the floral. But we'll see. We'll see what it brings. I am, in terms of how everything went for, did I connect that well enough? I did, okay. Anyway, in terms of how everything went for recording and everything else, for my first video and my first time editing and everything else, it went fairly smooth. I haven't done this kind of work since college, about 15 or so years ago. And even though I very much enjoy it, I just never put 2 and 2 together for me to do anything on YouTube. And I am really, really excited to keep this going, to show you my journey. I love editing. I'm really excited to stretch that skill and build that skill up again. I hope you enjoyed this one. I look forward to doing many, many more, and I look forward to hearing from you on what other things you would like to see and hear and everything else with it. So thank you again.